You're listening to the best local sports show. Boots, Bats and Balls on Six Towns Radio.
So, that was the quickest ads ever. We're back with Peter Swan. Can you not twist your mate Robbie Williams' arm to give us a few million quid?
I know it'd be nice, wouldn't it? I've asked him myself for my personal use, but I've got no use out of that yet. So, whether it does or not, I don't know. People talked about it before, about him getting involved. I don't think you'll ever see the club go bust, but there's got to be the right people in charge, and that's what it is now. You all these people at Man City that's come in with monster money, and Chelsea's monster money. It should be, you're hoping that someone's going to take charge of himself, but like I say, if Robbie's going to get involved, I can't imagine where he is now. He's like sportsman for years. But I can't, if it did come to that, I can't see him letting it go bust for sake of a couple of million quid.
Yeah, we could either do with him or Phil Taylor, just chipping in a little bit, but until the prospective careers have calmed down a little bit, I don't think that's ever going to happen. We've got a question from the chat box, and that is, in the Vale and Stoke encounters, who's the toughest opponent you've had playing against Stoke?
Toughest opponent I've playing against Stoke? Probably the lad that ended up playing with a bit, Vince Overson, for set pieces. Vince was a big, strong lad, very physical. He's absolutely massive now. Absolutely, he's bigger than Phil Taylor now. But at the time, he was probably the one that I knew I had to pick up for set pieces, and vice versa. Eventually, he come to Burnley when I was at Burnley, so we used to have a chat about his days there. But yeah, he probably won the hardest one. The funniest one, we've got to mention the funniest bit, haven't we, when the ball got stuck in mud.
Yeah, in fact, you laughed to me when you cleared that, because I was behind the goal.
He's got a scarf up there, and I thought, that's not going in. He didn't have the mouse, he just chipped it on it lastly, did he? He got stuck in lastly, and off we went laughing away with it.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that as if it was yesterday. It was.
Yeah, I do as well.
There's some Stoke fans in the studio that will probably disagree with me on that one.
Well, they've got to live and learn. They've moved on from there, haven't they? Now look at how well they're doing, bless them.
Yeah,
that was just our time. We had our time and we made the best of it. And if you can, like I say, my boy plays football now, and I say, look, if you can play with a smile on your face, your job's half done. You've got to enjoy what you're doing. There's too much serious and financial side of it now in the game where it does put a damper on it. So I said, yeah. Like I say, one of my managers used to say, play with a chuckle in your boots, play with a smile on your face and go enjoy yourself. And life's an horrible world out here sometimes, but you're by yourself, so while you're getting well paid for doing something you like, crack on with it and make it best you can.
Just one more, the confessions from Stan as well. He says one day when everybody went out to training, they came back and you put all the players' clothes on a makeshift washing line in the middle of the dressing room.
The reason what it was there, I've been in trouble for something. Can't remember, because every other week I got in trouble with Rudgy, and the FA had come in that day to see Rudgy regarding me, and I found out they kept it quiet. And when he's gone into the office, I've got loads of them beer barrels, wedged his door shut. So I thought if he comes out and catches me doing it, I'm in trouble. And I put a washing line up with all underpants on, got a Mars bar, heated the Mars bar, melted it in a bit of areas, and left it there for when the still had to do washing up or cleaning or Rudgy, but I still made an exit. And I remember, I don't know if it was the same day when I made an exit, was it Bill Lodi?
Who, sorry?
Was it Bill Lodi?
Bill Lodi, yeah, he's still the Vale secretary, actually.
Vale secretary, well, he used to be our job man, didn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He always one of these, he'd all tell Rudgy what I was doing wrong or what I'd done wrong. I remember coming out of the entrance one day and he was up on the roof and he was shouting abuse at me then. And there's only one car left in the car park at the time, so I just took the ladder down, left it and went home, so I don't know how long Bill on the roof for, but I got me on back on that one. He ended up becoming club secretary, Oh, still is, like you say.
And I've read your book as well, and you talk about a lot about your time at Lilleshall, when you were getting in trouble there as well.
It just follows me. I don't know if it is me, at times. So I look at every morning, I wake up and think, right, do everything right this morning, or don't be doing to be seen to be wrong. Because my mum's on the phone. Don't be doing this. Don't be drinking too much. Don't be gambling. Don't be smoking. I'm thinking, what's going on here? So I try and actually do everything right. and then I get out of bed and everything goes pear-shaped. But again,
But
I live that way. That's where I want to. That's where I want to live my life, and I have a smile on my face. Everything I do, I say I don't want to come back. I don't want to think, I should have done that, or I should have done this different. Yeah, I should have been more professional as a footballer. I had my hands up to it, but I enjoyed what I did, and I'd never change that.
well, I still consider you probably the best centre half I've certainly seen at Vale. And
Thank you.
And I know amongst the Vale players that you certainly are one of the legends of Vale, and one that's spoken about really fondly whenever your name comes up.
Oh, thanks very much. And that's when you're going to get me back again to come and do an half-time teams or a sing song at half-time. I'm open to things like that.
Well, I'll certainly put it forward to him, because one of our presenters goes up and does the interview, so we'll certainly mention it, and we must mention your Twitter at Swanster99.
Oh, yeah, I've just started. I don't know if I'm good at it or not. I've only been doing it a couple of months, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, and you get a bit of insight into how Mr. Swan lives.
Yeah, I only managed to. I only caught you back since somebody had mentioned you in a tweet, but yeah, it's been thoroughly entertaining from what I've seen so far.
There's more to come as well.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. I could talk to you all day. There's so many stories from the mid-90s that we could discuss, but as I say, probably most of them are best over a beer.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually dug me from under the tree and got me out and say I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet, mate. So while I'm still alive, I'll come down and tell some more stories if you need. That's
brilliant. Thanks very much for your time. It is really appreciated.
No problem, mate. I'll go do my shopping in Macro now, or I might go around the Olympic Village.
Get a case of beer for me.
I've got one in boot.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Time to go to the phones, and I'm delighted to be joined by the legend that is Peter Swan. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, young man. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How's things going with you?
I've got all excited. I've just come down to London. I'm 2 weeks too late, but I just drove past the Olympic Village and got all goosebumps. So is that a problem or what? Am I too late, or
no?
Feeling of it?
I think that's felt by everybody. I just wish I could be there myself.
There's no point because it's not happening, you fool.
It will be on Wednesday, though. He's back with the Paralympics.
When it starts again, we'll be all right, yeah.
I'd like to start with, if you could just tell us a bit about how you actually decided to join Port Vale and how that happened.
It's a lot easier how I left it. I know that. I was at Hull, and silliest thing, there was a bloke behind the bar who was best mates with John Rudge, called Dan, and he kept pulling me. He says, Rudge fancies you at Vale, you know. Rudge fancies you there. But I was playing up front for Hull City at the time, and obviously John Rudge wanted to do the centre half. So he just kept one of them things that just kept bouncing back off him until the day came where Hull was struggling, Hull got relegated, and I wanted to get out as such because I wanted to stay in that league. And 3 or 4 clubs come calling at the time, but obviously we've been mates of John Rudge with the barman, which obviously I was very friendly with. He says, have a chat with him. So obviously I went down, had a chat with him. Wolves coming at the same time, Sunderland come at the same time. Sounds like big clubs, don't they, at the time, then?
Yeah, certainly.
They're all even keel at the time, to be honest. I just like listening to what John Rudge had to say. It was made up in 2 or 3 hours of me being down there, to be honest. So I'm probably one of the best football moves I've made going down there. Yeah,
definitely. You're involved in probably, arguably, the most successful time that Port Vale has seen, really.
It was 3 great years. I think the first year was relegated. Second year I messed up at Wembley. And third year we put everything right. But like I said, the great band of players that we had there at the time, and we seemed to mingle in with the fans as well. We had something going on. It was a great feeling, nice warm feeling. All the players stuck together on and off the field. The family stuck together, and we got involved with the outside with the punter as well. So at the time as well, I was doing a lot with the hospital. So I had 2 fantastic years there. Worst scenario when it comes to leave, and I don't know if it was me or Rudge, when my contract was coming to an end, I forced his hand a bit saying, yeah, I want a new contract or I want to get away. He wanted to see where we were going to be the next year, end of the season. In that time, I put him transfer request thinking he's not going to let me go. But I think after 3 years, if he hadn't been bored when I started, he'd definitely be bored when I finished. I think we just had enough of it, to be honest. It was one of them, I can't have another 2-3 years looking after you. So I must have been like looking after a little kid at times. But that was me, that was the character. And I'd say, for me, having people around me, we all seemed to help each other through, which was brilliant.
Yeah, I was in and around the club then, and the atmosphere and the camaraderie between the players was absolutely first class. We had some real laughs back in the day. I think there's a lot of things that you wouldn't get away with today.
I thought you were going to say a lot of things I can't tell you, and it is a lot of things I can't tell you, yeah. I won't get away with them either. But I don't know if that's what got us success, to be honest, because the things we used to do. And to be honest, I think Rudgy turned a blind eye to a lot of stuff. He knew what we were getting up to. As long as we give him 110% when it comes to a match day and in training, he'd let things go, to be honest. I say even from the office staff through to yourself as ball boys at the time, which was brilliant. And Stan the Man, I don't know if he's still alive, Stan the Man.
He is indeed, and in fact, he's been writing.
Last time I saw him, I couldn't believe it. I said first thing to him, I thought you were dead, Stan. And he looked at me and he went drip wine and he nearly dropped dead then. I think he thought we were going to come out with something. You know me say please to me, I thought he was dead. Well, fair play to Stan. He must be about 98 now.
He's actually been given a bit of a reminisce of his time at Vale, and you feature quite heavily on it.
What's he doing? What's he up to?
He was
not still working. He's too old to work.
No, I think he's happily retired now. I think the 3 years that he was with you, I think that took about 10 years off his life.
Top man he was, absolute diamond. He get me out of trouble at times.
On the One Vale side, he's actually doing Kitman Confessions, and as I say, you feature quite heavily on it. One of the confessions that he's got is that he stayed in a hotel one night, and when he got to get the bill, there was a £12 worth of beer on there. So he thought...
I know, the buggers aren't with them kids.
And he thought he'd get...
tell him not to put it on these.
yeah, I'm sure you had a couple of those. And to get you back, he put Raljecks in your underpants.
Yeah, my time will come. I think to be honest, I think I've got enough of Stan for him to get me balls a bit warm that day. It kept me moving on the field of play, that's for sure, and a little chuck on his face. But yeah, top man, great times there. Yeah,
definitely. What were your best times at Vale? What do you remember from your time at Vale?
Obviously, I think the Wembley 2 trips to Wembley. Obviously, me messing up the first one, not the first one, the winning the autographs first one, and then say messing up. Even if the tackle happened again, they were playing today, I'd still do the exact same things. Not as though it was a malice tackle, just one of them, the ball spun away from me, and it got away from me. So, the year after that, everybody just seemed to. Not for me, but for everybody, for the fans included, we needed success, and we got so close. I think it was 15 points clear, wasn't we, at the time?
Yeah.
And West Brom that went up, you look back and think, that surely can't be right. Your best team should go up over the consistency of the season, but that one didn't go to plan. So I think the following year, we all stuck together, and I think we had a great run the last 6-7 games where we needed to win so many of them to get promoted. I think it was in Brighton away, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just the whole season there where we all stood up and were counted. And we had a real good go at it and got what everybody wanted.
Yeah, that I remember Brighton away well. That was a really good day.
I remember that day as well. So we used to do messing about in training. We used to do free kicks, and I could take a free kick. I was mourning all season. I wanted to take a free kick. And I think we were 2-1 up at the time. And we got one about 40 yards out, and it's the first time they let me have one. And when you're that far out and you want to give it as much as you can, like a golf shot.
Yeah.
And I went and booted the floor first and looked across at Rudgy and he went, that's why. I don't take free kicks, so. He killed me. Anyway, I box had a wisdom. I would have been promoted the year before. So they let me on free kicks.
Yeah, I mean, did you miss being up front? I mean, I know Rudgy used you as a emergency striker when we had injuries, but in the end, was your preferred position in defence, or would you rather have been up front?
My class has been up front, has been fun. Playing second half has been doing my job. It was like a weird feeling when you made a mistake at the back, you nearly got punished for it, and the pressure was on you. But up front, you've missed a chance. Yeah, you might get another chance. It was a weird feeling playing up front. So I enjoyed it. And later on in my career, I had a year at Bury, where I played up front for a season with Stan Turner again, and it was like a time out. Go on, go enjoy yourself for it. Even though I do enjoy myself as centre half, but it's like proper hard work, job, concentration up front. It was like a new lease of life where just like in case and you got if you scored anything, you got all the accolades that come with it, which was brilliant. But yeah, seriously, centre half was the job which I enjoyed more than all.
And who did you think the best player that you played with at Vale was?
Apart from myself.
Apart from yourself, of course.
I thought you were going to say that. We had some good players. We had some good goal scorers, that's for sure. Martin Foyle, great goal scorer. Then we brought in Bernie Slaven. All they wanted to do was score goals, not bother about anything else. And he got Vanders in centre midfield area who run forever. He's long locks now, and he's all gone now. He's Balder Rudger now.
Yeah, yes.
People like playing with him, and Neil Aspin, who's not the best footballer in the world, but come to defend, and not many people got the better of him. And like Muscle White in goal behind. We had a strong spine of the team there, and like I say, Johnny Jeffers out left and Kenty, who could both play on the day, or especially at home with a big wide field. I say, and Andy Porter. Is he still there, Andy Porter? Is he still doing bits down at the Vale?
No, I think he's with Martin Foyle again, wherever Martin Foyle's.
Oh, he's not doing his tracks. He was a farmer. He used to come home from training and go doing his farming, did Andy Porter, didn't he, bless him? But yeah, that's some good old characters there. Paul Kerr, another player that, I say, at Wembley, got Johnson running with the goal, didn't he? We had some quality players. I say, I won't say none really outstanding. Probably the biggest one I've missed out is probably Ian Taylor, who went on to do bigger and better than any of us in the team.
Yeah, Martin Foyle and Andy Porter now are at Hereford. So Porter's assistant manager for Martin Foyle. Is
that where they bring the bull round before kick-off?
Yeah, I think it is actually, yeah.
Well, that's probably why he's there, the farmer, man. He'd be on back at Bull, taking it round, won't he? I feel like he's at home, old goober. It couldn't be a better place for him. Driving tractor after the game, cutting grass, and then taking Bull for a walk before game.
And just moving on to the current situation, how much do you know about Vale's plight at the moment with them being in administration?
I've heard that in administration. Also, I know he's in the low tier again. And Mickey Adams, I used to play with Mickey Adams at Leeds, so I know Mickey well and wish him well again. Obviously, he had a good time first time round, and he had his ideal move that didn't come off for him. But are you definitely in administration? I've just seen little things that he might be going out of existence end of the season. I can't see that happening, but it's just a sad plight. What you look at now, the situation you're in from when we were there, because we was on the verge. And it's probably because we want a big name club. We had 10,000, 12,000 fans, which was fantastic week in, week out when we were there. But we could never get that next step up because we didn't have the ground big enough, and we didn't have the fan base big enough. But what we had was fantastic, and it was that held us back really. Because I think at the time we could have gone all the way, to be honest. If they brought more quality in and he had more money to play with. But it's a shame to see how it's fallen, and the hardest thing is how it's going to get back to where you want to be. That's the hardest thing, especially with the money in the game now and the quality that's filtered into from the Premiership to Championship. So I do all the City games I've done for the last 9 years, so we've seen now, this year, more quality in this league because of the foreigners that's come in and the drip feeding down to Championship, which will then come down to first and to second. So the football is getting better, but have you got the finances to back that? And obviously, no one comes in with the finances. You're going to struggle with that.
Yeah, I mean, there was someone who was the preferred bidder, and at the moment they just haven't come up with the cash, so it's slightly concerning. We just need to break for ads. Are you okay to stick with us for a few minutes?
Yeah, I've got nothing else better to do than hang around for you. Yeah, I'll stay here. I've been outside Macro down in London, so yeah, I'm fine.
We'll come back to you in a minute. Thanks, Peter.
You're listening to the best local sports show. Boots, Bats and Balls on Six Towns Radio.